Today here on All In with Brian Weatherford, we are going to have a rather extraordinary entrepreneur, if I may say so myself. He started his entrepreneur career way across the other side of the world, for that matter. We're going to get into that, but more importantly, we're going to talk about what he's up to today and how he takes his experience to help other people begin their entrepreneurial journeys as well. His name is Chris Wycotax, company, one of many that we're going to talk about today, Wycotax LLC. Chris, welcome to the show today, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Brian?
I'm great. I appreciate you coming on with us today. I got a big kick out of reading the notes about you. You started Little Chris back in the day. You're entrepreneurial in the Philippines, of all things. Mm-hmm. What were you up to? What was the first business you got into and said, I'm going to try this?
I think everybody is into selling. I started to sell like when prepaid debit cards, the prepaid cards for cell phone, that's how I started. Then eventually I started to know the power of money, like how you can return your investment without looking for a job. Then that's why I said I did not seek for employment, because it gives you more financial and time freedom. You manage your own time. You manage your own resources. It's just like your skills, your knowledge, and then maybe your character, how you sell yourself to other people before they even buy your products or services.
Well, you learned early on, you're exactly right. Everybody can do sales of some sort, but you learned early on the importance of working to make yourself rich versus making someone else rich.
That's true. I think I believe in the saying that if you don't work on your dreams, you will work for somebody else's dream.
Oh, man, that is so true. So true. So when did you get here to Texas?
I got here 2010. Like any other Asian moms in the Philippines, they would like you to pursue your health professional career. I'm a bachelor's degree in nursing.
Okay. Good
then,
for you.
yes, of course, a fun fact about it, like my mom or my grandmother always wore white every Sunday. I didn't realize until my mom told me when I was about to take my course as accounting. She said, Chris, do you know why your grandmother wore white while she was alive? It's because she wants to have a nurse.
And you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. So, okay, there was no pressure, although I started to realize I would like to be in accounting, master's in business and accounting. But of course, I can make both ends. Like I can be selling here in the United States and I'm still a bachelor's degree in nursing.
Isn't that something? So you got your education one direction, like so many people. There's so many people out there that get a degree one way and then go a whole different direction.
That's correct.
What they do, but they still have, in your case, you still have what's inside, what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. So you got here to Texas and started doing this thing, but you have to think, or just let me ask you this. Regardless of the business, there's probably going to be some sort of commonality. What's three things that's tough about starting a business in Texas, just so people will know?
Well, in general, for a migrant like me, the first thing is because I realized this is a Spanish-speaking community. Yep. Number one is communication barrier. If you would like to really be appealing to your client, you need to have at least learn their language. That's number one. Number two, of course, the different legal, how to register the business is another. The technicality from, we have state taxes, we have federal, to the IRS, and even the city, you have to report those taxes and register your business in the city level. Then number three is also dealing with culture. There are cultural differences on here and versus in the Philippines. Here it is more about it's not just the corporate paperwork, but how you treat your team, how do you treat your clients in terms of customer service. I think that is one main difference, especially in taxation, where people would like to get their refund within 21 days. Dealing with them, it's not just per hour basis, but as much as office is open, you have to answer the calls from your clients. And that's what gives you more clients if you will be able to accommodate them.
Or it gives you less clients if you don't answer those calls.
Right. That's why customer service is a king at this point.
It's a key in any industry. So talking about the culture, I'm curious, did you have someone help walk you through the culture, or did you learn it yourself by observing others?
That's a good question, because when I got here, after my work as a nurse, I started to I've been selling like the health product that I brought from the Philippines, because I quit I quit my job way back in the Philippines. Then when my visa got approved in 2010, then I have to really get the visa. Then I brought all my health products, so 2 luggages were free from the airport from to the Philippines up to here in Texas. Then 1 luggage are all health products. I said, this is my investment, I have to bring it here. Then After my office, like the hospital hours, I started selling from door to door, like house parties for Filipinos. Then from there, I met a business owner, and he said, Chris, you have the character. I think you can make it far if you have your own business. Instead of you doing door to door, why don't you put up a business with me? You are going to manage the other location. Then from there, I focused more on working on the business, on finding people that could speak Spanish. Then I just started how to taxation works in America, bookkeeping, payroll. Then also how to really get more business clients by presenting webinars, also seminars prior to COVID. Then that's how it all started.
And it just keeps going from there. But at some point, tell me this, at one point you actually sat down and interviewed with an admin from the Small Business Administration in Washington, D.C. How does a kid from the Philippines come to Texas and end up hooking up with someone at that level with the SBA in D.C.? Very impressive.
Yes, actually, I did not see that coming. That was 2018. I have a plan going to the Philippines. Like the interview happened on December 8th. So 6 months prior to that, I already booked my ticket to the Philippines because I had a 1 week convention for back office in the Philippines, the BPO. Then prior to Thanksgiving, I received a call from the regional director of SBA, Miss Angela Burton. She talked to me over the phone. It was like Wednesday, then Thanksgiving the next day. And she said, hey, Chris, Miss Linda McMahon, the SBA administrator, would like to talk to you on December 8th. Are you available? I said, I think I'm going to pass because in the first place, I booked the ticket. It's cheaper. I got it way, way cheap. And then I already have my appointment for 1 week conference. Then after that, I will just going to cancel to meet a person. And then she told me, Miss Linda McMahon, Miss Angela of the regional director, she's told me, you are crazy. You think about this. This is a one in a lifetime. Out of so many hundreds of business owners here, she selected you to have a one-on-one conversation.
Yes.
Then after the weekend, I Googled it. And I
you
realized,
said, whoa.
I realized.
How do you think she found out about you to begin with?
Well, it's always been my passion that if I would get through from employment to become a business owner, I would educate, because I do believe that what we do know is our greatest asset. Mm-hmm. What we do not know could be our greatest liability, but what other people know could be our greatest resources. So that's why I've been teaching online publications from journals, newspapers on the Valley, locally. I think when you type Google and type my name and the company, it says a lot of third-party validation about how we serve.
You.
Yes, that's why I think maybe I actually have no idea, but
well, they know.
Still get the opportunity.
Well, and it speaks volumes for you. I only have about a minute left. I'm curious, what do you do, because you're very passionate about helping other migrants. Do they seek you out now, knowing how good you are, and how can you help others get their businesses started? Right.
The first thing is I'm an IRS acceptance agent. So whether you have a social security number or not, we will be able to find ways for you to start a business here in Texas or in America in general. Then another thing is we are in innovation. We're launching our mobile app that would facilitate the communication to our company from doing your taxes, from cloud storage, because I believe that at this point, day and age with the COVID-19 situation, virtual economy or digital is on the rise of the economy.
Absolutely.
That is why we are aiming to be in a global digital scale.
Well, and then you put that together with the fact that you know all this stuff, because you didn't just learn it from books, you've learned it from doing it.
Yes.
And you've got all the third-party validation out there that you need. Very impressive, by the way. I've never met anyone that talked to someone at that level with the SBA. I'm so glad that you made the decision. It was a hard decision, but you made the right decision, I would say, to change your plans. You're at the risk of cost or whatever, to do the right thing. And now look at you today. You just continue to do more and more. You continue to take your education that you've learned yourself on the streets, if you will, in business world, very successful, impart that on others. Chris Wycotax, very impressive. Thanks for coming on with us today.
Thank you, Brian.
Appreciate it. Folks, hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. Impressive young man here. Hope you picked up some tips for yourself. Take care.